Thank you very much. Today it's my distinct privilege to welcome to the White House 3 of the 5 living survivors of the USS Arizona. One of the heroes with us today is Ken Potts. Ken was on the shore at Pearl Harbor when the attack began. Rather than flee from the fire and the chaos, he drove his small boat into the blazing hot water.
In November 2016, a group of film students sat down with Ken Potts and asked him to tell of his experiences on that dreadful day.
My name is Ken Potts. I'm 95 years old. I was born and raised in Illinois. I was 18. You had to be 18, and so as soon as I was 18, I joined the Navy. I didn't even know what the Navy was. When I got out of boot camp, I was immediately sent to Long Beach, where I was assigned to the Arizona.
What they didn't fully realize was that they were asking Ken to relive one of his worst nightmares.
It was Sunday, but radio's the way everybody found out. But that when they got on there and repeated, "This is not a drill."
At Pearl Harbor, 3 ships were attacked. The Oklahoma was set afire. Everyone here in the islands were taken by surprise by the attack. The governor has proclaimed a state of emergency.
By the time we got down to the dock where we could catch a boat back to ship, the torpedoes, they had just dropped the last of the torpedoes, but the strafing planes, so they, and I don't remember which one, but the Oklahoma was already turned over on the side. That was the first thing I seen, besides the fire and everything. We was on a salvage crew, a diving crew. We had to dive down and take the bodies off of the ship that we could, and anything else that we could. When our ship exploded, basically it broke in 2 in the middle, and we couldn't go forward. So everything after where it broke, we took bodies off and everything that we could get off of.
Few will ever understand the ordeal that stains his life, nor the trauma that countless other soldiers have survived. Battles continue long after veterans have left the battlefield.
Okay, I don't want to go in detail about it. I went through some pretty heavy combat in Afghanistan. The way I processed those feelings were, I didn't notice, but I would just go out and, I started drinking a lot, being angry all the time. So one night at a hotel, I just was drunk and angry. I just had a beer in my hand, chugged it, broke the bottle on the sink, and I just slashed my chest, really bad. Next morning I woke up and my wife was freaking out, trying to patch me back together. And then that morning I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Post-traumatic stress disorder is a common problem, but far from the only one. In an instant, Mike, who was a helicopter pilot during the Vietnam War, had his entire life changed.
I made a decision to join the Army. My dad and his brother were in the Navy, and so I have family that in the past history that been always in the military at some point. And so I joined the Army in 1969. Then in 1970, they sent me to Vietnam. And our purpose was to fly treetop level. We were looking for people. We were looking for bunkers, personnel. So that's what I did for a few months, until a fateful day. From what I understand, the helicopter, when it landed, crashed down, kind of rolled, and see, there's no doors. And my gunner, he's kept on by these monkey straps that, big seatbelts around his shoulders, and he would sit on the floor with his feet hanging out. And those straps that keep him in, Well, he kind of fell out and the helicopter kind of rolled on him. That's what I'm told. Kind of crushed him from like the waist down. And he was medevaced out that very day to the States. And I think he might have died. I'm not really sure. And the next thing I know, a week later, I woke up in this hospital room, middle of the night. I had bandages all over my left arm. I had a cast in my right leg. No idea what happened. My service has actually made life very hard on me afterwards, particularly with this short-term memory issue. I do and I don't regret going in the military.
Mental, emotional, and physical scars plague combat veterans, leading to homelessness, mental illness, crime, and often suicide if little treatment or support is available. In the land of the free and the home of the brave, longer strides towards adequate care for returned veterans is a constant push. Treatment for combat ailments is effective. As these stories demonstrate, life can and does go on after surviving war.
Yeah, I'm just now getting over it. I'm not really over it yet.
Again, it is an honor to meet you, an American hero.
Fine.
You doing good?
Good.
You feeling good?
Good.
You better believe it. He's doing good. He looks good to me.
Went to therapy, started talking to people, started seeing other guys that were there from the same, I started socializing with guys that have done or gone through the same things I have, and I started letting things out and talking to other guys, and now I think I'm doing a lot better. I'm not completely, I'm pretty sure I'll never be completely okay with what I've done and stuff like that, but at least now I can say that I can be like, okay, I can go on.
Then I got hired by the California Highway Patrol and worked downtown LA for about 3 years. Transferred up to Ventura, worked Ventura until I retired in 2002. The generations that we have now in this country who were born into all the freedoms that they have, who have not been exposed to the world around them, they've been free. They think everything in this world is free. They don't think that there's anybody out there, people out there who want to kill us as a country. They don't think there's anybody out there that they can't reason with and would kill us. There are people in the Middle East, there's people all over who just would like to get rid of this country and get rid of our democracy. And the only reason we have what we have is because we were willing to fight for it.
These great men show us that thriving and living a long, happy life after trauma is possible. It is a privilege that these soldiers are willing to share with us. This and generations after need to hear of their stories of patriotism and resilience. Great men of this country deserve more from those of us who benefit from their sacrifices.